morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. The children of Adam worldwide, in Asia, in Europe, in Africa, in North America, Latin America, in Australia, especially within the two Sudanese nations, or East Africa, Syria, Yemen, Afghanistan, Somalia, West Africa, the bleeding nations. This message is for you. You need to hear clearly and be ready. Be ready. Reverend Karlo Kolong is coming again with a very hot message. You see? The title says, when chickens and the chicks see eagles flying, thousands of eagles in the sky, the chickens will always struggle to cover their chicks. This is a very hot message. When eagles are flying in the space to come and grab the chickens and the chicks in general, the mother chickens will always be worried, looking up, whose child will be taken? Whose child will be taken? You know, eagles, when they come, is to grab the smallest one first. That's the children, the babies of the chicks. Then at last we will also take the chickens. Even the cocks will have to be taken, by the eagles or the vultures. You're going to understand much when I explain in English the meaning of these chickens fearing the eagles flying in the sky. You see, today is November 7, 2024. I want to preach a very strong message today, which will touch so many nations. You see, I will translate in Arabic also because my countrymen, they don't get English well. So I will also preach in Arabic. So I'm actually a bilingual person. I will preach in Arabic and English so that they get the meaning of this message. And of course, before that, I have to give a song in Arabic. Then somewhere in the middle, I will give one song in English. Yes. So please subscribe.
pida Sudani mutu ketir Malo Yesu tuwoto pida Sudani mutu ketir Alaguni na fibelena Sudani mutu ketir Alaguni na fibelena Million mutu ketir
Hey, akwana. Lisa, Sudani dobla tende kulu atrash. Ma basuma. Kona de ma basuma. Atalo mat million minon ma be kore. Mun ma ba shuru waja bitanasal muturi. Kwa sababu taban ma tafsiri ya kwana. Kile subscribe le TikTok bitaini Sudani. Acha mudinu kuwa neji be tiara le ko dina. Neji le ko kalam de mi ke garib le tabon. Be kasala bur Sudan. في جوبا بتوريد في واو انا بيجي كيف كده سبسكرايب عشان الجوريك موصولات نجي نوريكم بعدانا لان لما نوريكم بويت هنا في امريكا ما بيكوش بعدانكم طيب نعمل شو نويتوا سبسكرايب ممكن انا بيجي شويه قريش نركب طياره نجيكم هناك يمكن بيكوش بعدانكم كان انا تبقى قريب يعني كان انا كايد بعيد ليه وانا اخو كارلو دول فولاجي يعني هو بيقول ذاته ما بي لو كان في لين بيموتوا في خرطوم في فاشر في كسرة في الجزيرة ها في مدني في جوبا في واو في بور ما بيموتوا كل يوم جعان ما بي نقول شو كويس my fellow citizens in the world in general this was just briefing in Arabic so that they hear the gospel believing in Arabic. I will of course increase, I will add. You know, this is a very, very great land. The first country in the Bible, you see, is the Sudan. It's called Cush. If you read Genesis chapter 2, verse 13, Moses spoke about the 4 rivers watered in the Garden of Eden. The first river is called Pishon River, coming from the country of Havila. Havila today is called Abyssinia or Ethiopia. So that Pishon River today is called the Blue Nile. And then say the second river, water in the Garden of Eden, is Gihon River, which runs through the entire country of Cush. Read Genesis chapter 2, verse 13. Today that Cush is called Sudan. And that Gihon River is the White Nile, coming from Lake Victoria to Juba, to Khartoum, to Delta, and flooded the Mediterranean Sea. This is just a brief introduction about the country of Cush in the Bible, the first country in the Bible. Genesis chapter 2, verse 13, the land of Cush. The Cushites. Many of you speak of the first civilization that started in the land of Cush and Egypt. Yes, Egypt is the second brother to Cush. The firstborn son of Ham is called Cush. The second one is Mizraim, which is Egypt in Greek language. But many people do not know. The most richest history is the history of Cush, the Cushites, the firstborn of Ham. Ham is the second son of Noah. I don't know why I'm really wasting my voice, and people continue to be adamant. Their brains are blocked with addictions, with the Adamic sins, with demons. Demons block your minds, you the children of Adam. Because the devil doesn't want you to go to heaven. He wants you to die and remain in the grave without resurrection. Anyway, let me read the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 4 to 8. Jesus answered, watch out that No one deceives you. For many will come in my name, claiming, I am the Christ, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against a nation, and kingdom against a kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of the birth pains. The birth pains, if you know the word birth pains, the pain of a child to be born. It's called birth pains. And when you go to, Matthew again, 22, verse 11, it says what? But when the king came in to see the guests, he noticed a man there who was not wearing wedding clothes. Friend, he said, how did you get in here without wedding clothes? The man was speechless. Then the king told the attendants, tie him hand and foot and throw him outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are invited, but few are chosen. That's Jesus speaking. The first chapter talks about, international mobilization. People are moving from place to place, from Africa to Europe, from Latin America to North America. You see, people are mobile nowadays, more than ever before. Why? Because of dirty leadership within the countries of Africa, Middle East, even now in Europe, and North America and South America. Why people are now moving more than ever before again? Thousands are flocking to USA and to Europe, you see. Next time they will again flow back to Africa and to Middle East. Because North America and North and Europe is also growing, bad. They have disappointed the God of heaven. The Bibles that were translated into European languages in North America and North America and Europe, those Bibles have been destroyed. No more Bibles. People introduce same-sex marriage. So therefore, punishment will be severe in Europe and or Western world in general because of God's anger. People broke the Bible has to break the nations. It has to break our economy. So very soon people will be now running back to South America, to Asia, to Africa. Where is the salvation? Anyway, I will explain in Arabic also. Anyway, subscribe to this TikTok. Why did the people in Third World War, the Third World nations, Middle East, Africa, why did they run to Europe, to North America? Because their leaders and the citizens in those countries failed to open the churches. That's just the answer. We don't go far. The Sudanese in the North and South Sudan, they failed to open the churches. And in Somalia, Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, West Africa, those nations, they refuse to open the churches. And if you go in detail, who is the owner of the land? You read John chapter 1, verse 1. The Gospel of John chapter 1. We don't go far. I'm using the Bible as the reasoning ground. That's my foot is stand. I'm standing on the Bible. I don't reason without the Bible. Because the Bible tells us everything that has happened. Okay? It happened through the God of the Bible. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and in that life was the light of man. The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. Full stop. All things were made by him. What are those things? The land that we live in, the animals, the insects, you see, the fish, the birds, the human babies, All were made by God. And still He's making it. Can you see? God is still making babies for us. Tell me what scientists have made a human being. None. Nobody can make a human being in a laboratory. No. Because that's the secret of God. Nobody has the seal of God in heaven. The seal of God is in His hands. When a man and a wife sleep together, God will immediately send the spirit to the baby. Then He will seal the baby inside the womb and fix the legs, fix the eyes, fix the fingers. Who can copy God? Nobody. Yet we don't give Him thanks. Even the presidents of Northern America, Europe, they don't know how to make a human being. Yet they still disobey Him. What do you think God will feel? God become angry and frustrate our economy. Permitted the devil to start war in Ukraine and Russia. And we begin to pour billions of dollars to rescue whatever there in Europe. Billions of dollars to Hamas and Israel. It's God who actually allowed the devil to cause havoc because we rejected Him. Yes, tit for tat. We rejected the God of the Bible, then God is right to be angry. Frustrate our leadership, our government. We introduce same-sex marriage. What does it mean? We broke the Bible. And then the Bible has to break our nations. The Bible has to break our economy. Yes. Who was the first person to start deporting people? Of course it is God. When Sudanese lived in the land of Jesus Christ, the Northern Sudan, Southern Sudan, Somali, Syria, all these lands belong to God. Because the Bible said all things were made by Him. The lands we are standing in on was made by God. Did we give God thanks? So because we don't worship God in Syria, in Yemen, in Israel, or in Palestine, in Somalia, in Sudan, West Africa. So God has right to become angry. He started deporting the Sudanese from Sudan to Egypt, to Ethiopia, to Kenya, to Uganda, to Canada, to USA, to Europe. It is Jesus deporting the Sudanese from the land of Sudan to foreign countries because they refuse to worship Him in the Sudan. Can you get it now? It's supposed to be entering your brains. Why did God kick the Sudanese from the land that He put to Egypt, to Ethiopia, to Uganda, to Kenya, to USA, to Canada, to Australia? Why did God kick the Sudanese from the land that He made for them? Because they refuse to open the churches. They worship wrong God. So God has right to deport the Sudanese from the land of Sudan to Egypt, to Europe, to North America. So the deportation did not start in America or in Europe. No, it started right from our home. You get it now? Because we refuse to open the churches in our country. We worship wrong God. That's why God became angry. And He deported Sudanese to exile. He deported the people of Israel when they begin to worship idol gods. God told Jeremiah, please Jeremiah, these people rejected me. So I'm deporting them from the promised land to Babylon for 70 years. The Israelis were deported from their land to Babylon. So deportation did not start in USA or by Trump. When God is angry, that's how He deport us within our land to another country. Get it now? Because the Bible says all things were made by Him. John chapter 1, verse 1 to 14 there. All things were made by Jesus. God became a human being to come and correct us in the world. Can you see when Jesus was ready to go to the cross? He never panicked. You know why Jesus did not fear the cross? Because He is above death. No human being can, accept to be crucified. Even the president of USA, whatever, Europe, Germany, he would not accept to be crucified for the mistake of his children. No. I cannot accept to be crucified for the mistake of my children. But God sent His Son Jesus in a human flesh to go and die because of our mistakes on the cross. And He knew He will defeat death. And yes, Jesus defeated death. That's why He's alive even today. We celebrate His birthday every December. The birthday of Jesus Christ is called Christmas. We cannot celebrate the birthday of some of the all-American good presidents. No, because they are dead and they are gone. We celebrate the birthday of Jesus because He's alive. He's risen. If God is dead, then we could not be here. If Jesus died forever, We could not have human beings. We could not have babies. Because God is alive. What went to the cross is only the flesh of Jesus. But the very God, the Spirit, did not die and will never die. The death of Jesus on the cross was just the death of the flesh, not the Spirit of God. And God continues to survive. If God is dead, then we could not have new babies. Who could make new babies for us? People don't joke with God. And then I will show you a Sudanese. Zola deport mina min Sudan de bar de mulu. Atrapa ina gaim bogo de Sudan de trap da Yesu. Lani ina bi kitab da Yohana dala iya haja bil alam di kullu Yesu ya amru. Huwa rabbuna zat. Rabbuna amru ya lina. Amru trapa ina gaim bogo ta Sudan de trap da Yesu. Mini bi nibul hadi dogola de trap da Yesu. Huwa amru trap de. Ja amul lena moyo, amul lena aywana. Amul lena yal fu yur gamul yal. Finas bugul rabbuna ta Yesu, rabbuna ta kitab da mukaddas mat. ربنا ما بيموت المات في سليم ده جسم وما بيزول بدون بقبل يمشي يسلبوه بسليم عشان يال خلاص الرجال بتوه ليه يسوع قبلان يسلبوه لانه هو زول بطل وما بيخاف موت لانه ذات عنده مفتاح بتاع موت وعنده مفتاح بتاع حياه ده سبب يسوع ماشي بسليم بعد 3 يوم بقوم ثاني بقى حي ناس تستغرب في زول منا كنت سي دبروا بعد 3 يوم قام بتوه ما بي إلى ربنا إلى يسوع المسيح السلبوه بسليم ده جسد بس ده جسد لكن الروح بتاع ربنا ما بيموت فهمتوا خلاص؟ ما بيزول في العالم بيقبل يمشي يسلبوه يمشي يسلبوه عشان غلط تيار بتوه ما بيجي إلى ربنا اللي هو برابر يسوع قبلنا عشان يموت في خطيئاتنا عشان يفكنا من ظلمة لنور وده منو ديفوت مين السودانيين في خرطوم في كاسالا لهذه اثيوبيا لهذه مصر لهذه يوغندا لهذه امريكا ما ليه يسوع لان نحن ابينا نفتح كنائس في السودان لو بيوت ربنا يسوع قال تفتحوا الكنائس عشان نجي نعيش معاكم نحن ابينا عشان كده يسوع قال بلاش انا برسولكم برا زي ما هو رسول الاسرائيليين وكده اسرائيل ابى ربنا بتاع موسى بتاع ابراهيم ربنا قال لجرمايا يقول لاسرائيل انتم عايشين في العراق 70 سنة. So God deported the Israelis from their land to Babylon for 70 years. So that was the beginning of deportation. It did not start in USA or Canada or in Europe. There in UK they say they are sending some to Rwanda because they have flooded UK. You see? Do you think the Western world is wrong? The Western world that was having good Christian churches, they have also backsliding. The Western nations have already endorsed same-sex marriage. يعني العالم الغربية اللي هو أوروبا وشمال أمريكا ولا كندا ولا أستراليا هم برضه عملوا خطية. بيبقى بيقولوا خلي رجال زوج ورجال. ده سبب ربنا قال خلاص أنا بخلي مجرمين يجملوا بيتك. ما أقول قال خلي رجال زوج ورجال مو كسر بايبل كمان ربنا كسر حدود. خلي الناس جالس كمال أمريكا. هذا من كمان بيقول ليه تكون جاي بيتنا تكون جاي ما يمكن هذا موتو خطية ناس أمريكا ولا كندا خطياتهم ياكل الناس هنا جوا لأن أنتوا قلتوا خلي رجال زوج رجال وخلي تلاقوا جانا بجبال ما ولا بيو ما ده خطية بتاع أمريكا ما كندا ولا يوروب يا سبب ربنا قال خلي ناس ينوت في ميديترينيان في بحر الأبيض المتوسط خليهم ينوتوا في أوروبا اللي بيعملها يوروب وناس في بلادنا هناك في سوريا في صوماليا نما دايرين كنايس يا ربنا قال أنا بديبوت تاكل من صومالي من سوريا من اليمن من South Sudan God deported us to Western world. For deportation baada mimi في Sudan ya kwanza deportation ما baada في أمريكا ما baada في Europe baada في بلادنا ذاته لأن نحن أبينا ربنا يا ربنا ديبوت منا من خرطوم لمصر لإثيوبيا ليوغندا لكندا ليوروبا deportation baada في السودان لأن نحن أبينا كنائس أبينا نفتح كنائس أبينا نترجم كتاب المقدس للغات بتاعتنا زي ما قبل سمعنا قال أي حاجة العالم ده ربنا يا أمر ربنا ليه أمر هو يسوع ذاته سيد الإناية تاريخ 4000 سنة قبل ميلاديا 2024 سنة ميلاديا فيسوع ماسك تاريخ كله القديم والجديد هذا بيقول إنه تاريخ ثاني برا من يسوع 4000 سنة من آدم لحالي في زمن يسوع 4000 سنة في كتاب العهد الجديد. يلا من ما يسوع بدأ ناس بدأ يسوع من صفر لحد سنة 2024. أما طريق الأول كان دي كان ناقص بانقصوا من 4 يعني ربنا كتبوا 4000 سنة في راس آدم. يلا بيك بيناقصوا وقد كان فضل 4 سنة بس يا يسوع ولده يا جاب على 4 سنة ناس بدأ من زيرو من صفر لقدام هذا ليلة 2024. دي هو العهد الجديد. The New Testament calendar is progressive calendar. The Old Testament calendar is retrogressive. God placed 4,000 years on the top of Adam to be reduced. It was minus. When it remained only 4 years of the Old Testament to finish 4,000 years, then Jesus was born. Then people started counting from zero, up to this time now, 2024. No other foolish calendar can replace this calendar. So Jesus is the author of calendar. The Old Testament calendar, 4,000 years BC. The New Testament calendar, 2024 AD. So Jesus is the author of calendar. Yet the non-Christians don't even respect that Jesus, the backbone of history. How could we live without the history? How could we live without the calendar? The author of calendar is Jesus Christ himself, yet we rejected him. You know what I mean? So we are criminals. Sentira bugul halat minana biletna zat junubi Sudan ma darin kanais Shumala Sudan ma darin kanais ma darin bet robuna ma darin bet Yesu ngire Yesu gal kalas ana bi dipoti tabal le dual bara ali belo 13 fi kam alaf Yesu dipot min Southern Sudan le Kakuma le Uganda le Khartoum asa kaman le Khartoum ina umud ma fata kanais Shumala Sudan jalaba ma darin kanais ya Yesu man barjalo Shumala Sudan aba Shumala Sudan kaman biga bijare wen mini Shumala Sudan deported to Southern Sudan, deported to Kenya, deported to Uganda, deported to Europe, deported to North America, deportation ma bada ina bada free country. So bada deportation de Yesu zato lakini nando lo ma patana kanais Yesu obi deport nina mini beleta zato dual time wo deport Israel kaso Robuna ta Musa, Robuna ta Ibrahim. Israel aba biga be abudu ta tunam. Dia sana no be Sudan ina. Bigina na abudu Robuna ta Muhammad, Robuna ta Munde, Robuna ta Parmadol. Ya Yesu gala iwa to na bana ana bi dipoli ta kon le dual bara. Ham Yesu dipot dina be Sudan le Kakuma. Dipot dina le Uganda. Le America. Ne hati yakna. Wasa kama Europa wa America bi kama dalali. I'm sure pata kana bi betu. Dan Amerika batu Canada wala Europe bega tabali ina malela buyu to mabere ibra kana beshal to ano ruus na malian gomul o serai dana de malian mashuru morgot gomul de au khatiyat wali morgut de au khatiyat batu mala be angere bat dana kullu serai kul ma gadi no be Sudan dan khatiya mala be Sudan lakin tafsir ma be kuch ruus kun arema tafsir ma be kuch ruus kun tab gise berwa UN ma bihilu mashkala Sudan. IGAD ma bihilu mashkala Sudan. De mashkala rohiyya Isaiah 18. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 4. De mashkala rohiyya lani nahnu abena kanais abena Yesu rabbul asili bigina na abudu bi akshaf al kubar jubal al shurub. We begin to worship cave. We begin to worship key leaders. After that ina ku Sudan. We go worship commanders. Sasa kai tu yuba ina suwa bita commanders al katolo nafsi Kulu Marian be Juba enough. So the Sudanese in South Sudan, they are worshipping dead heroes. They pick the pictures of dead heroes on every street. If you ask them who killed them, the Sudanese themselves who killed them. Those heroes, they killed the Sudanese, and the Sudanese killed them also. That's why you call it war. There is no white man who killed South Sudanese or people in Khartoum. No, even Kenyans, Ugandans. It is the Sudanese killing the Sudanese. That's what we call foolish war. How could Sudanese kill the Sudanese and they are all the same? God put us in that land. Why are we killing each other? Because we refuse to open the churches. Just that is the answer. It's nothing more than that. Why do we run to Kenya when there are many churches? Because there is peace in Kenya. There are many Christians in Kenya. Out of 40 million, about 20 million are Christians in Kenya. And in Sudan, out of 40 million, only 2 million are Christians. And that's only 5%. 5% is not a passing mark to the University of Heaven. 5% is not a passing mark to the University of Khartoum or Juba. Dakhal zol, gal jamu kamsa milimia. Tanta tamshi bijama Khartoum, bijama Samawat, ya Sudanin. Gal mina 40 million, kamsa milimia besi au masih di Sudan. Ma Sudan berkhatar ya pana. Ya rogo de bodis alam kif di Sudan. Sudan fashal fi imtihanat Samawat. ما بقدر اعيش في سماوات خمسه بس بالمية قال اقرا بسماوات مسيح بس باقي ده كله بتاع الشيطان. Imagine, out of 40 million Sudanese, it says only 5% are Christians, and that 5% is only worth 2 million. 38 million are criminals, and they will go to hell. And that's why God is disturbing Sudan. In South Sudan, the same thing. Out of maybe 13 million, only 1 million are Christians, and that is only what 3%. 3% is not a passing mark to the University of Heaven. Can you pass to the University of Juba with only 3% out of 100? Shame on you, fellow Sudanese. You disobeyed God, so God has a right to charge the salaries, charge the petrol. Yes. No matter how you try to, open, the way to Djibouti, whatever, it cannot come because you are spiritually bound, arrested by God. Why? Because you refuse that God. If children refuse their father, the father has right to become angry with the children. The father had to curse them. So God cursed the Sudanese nations, both north and south, the same thing. Syria. Isaiah 17 says God will punish Syria. Isaiah 21 there, verse 17, says God will punish Saudi Arabia, which is now punishing Yemen. Yemen is part of Saudi Arabia. You see how much disaster now in Yemen? Because Yemen is part of Saudi Arabia. And Isaiah 19 says God will punish Egypt. Isaiah 13 says God will punish Iraq. Isaiah 18 and Zephaniah 2 verse 12 say God will punish the Sudanese nation, both from Dongola up to Nimule. So we are being punished because of our disobedience. We disobeyed the God of Abraham. This is the end of good Sharia. Khatiyatna. Mata itakar ba no le jama gra deport dina. Deportation al try mata de bara minina de o de rasol kon chantam tar takanai bilet kon. The Latin American countries, they did not open the churches to bring peace from God. And that's why they are what? Non-stable. So sending them back from here is to go and open the churches and worship the living God. And then God will give them peace in that land. Because every land is very important. Why do we leave our land? Because of disobedience. Who made that land? It is God. The land of Sudan, Northern Sudan, is made by Jesus. But because we refuse to open the churches, so Jesus deported us from Sudan to exile. That's the meaning of deportation. It's not a new thing. Don't blame anybody. Blame your leaders at home who refuse to open the churches. What do you want us to say? That's what the Bible says. The Ten Commandments say, obey, the Ten Commandments in the book of Exodus. We're supposed to follow those Ten Commandments. Don't worship any God outside the Bible. Even in the Western world, some pretending leaders, when they become president, they swear using the Bible, yet they are not Christians. They swear using the Bible, next tomorrow they say, we endorse gay marriage. Now what kind of Christianity is that? So it's useless. It's useless. What do you want us pastors to preach? We have been preaching the truth, but people don't want the truth. If we want peace, we have to obey God. We have to follow the God of the Bible. We have to go to the church. We have to read the Bible. Then God will give us peace. Many times I say, if the government of Turkey and Syria knew that there will be an earthquake, knocking or bombing the cities within Turkey and Syria, if the president of Syria and the president of Turkey knew that an earthquake will knock those places, February 2022, they would have told the citizens to run away from that area. Okay, how about here in Florida recently? When the flood was coming, the government did not tell people to run away before, even at least 10 days before the flood arrives. But because human beings, even if they are told, it doesn't go into their brains until they see death. Man is very crooked. I don't know whether to use the word stupid, whatever. What word can we use? Was like careless people. You tell them to run away from disaster, they don't run away. You tell them to open the churches so that God can block the disaster, they don't want to open the churches. I can mana truth could dual bara, I can mana deport it up on bara, lisa nyama da nipata kanai fi Sudan yo Khartoum ya rubina bedero bunuk masali kullu intahat ma dai yesu lani ta kai fi turab da yesu kutuma da nipata kanai filo bretani bara min yesu so I'm almost concluding okay chakala bara be almeno tarotacha not Jeremy Lologo e Mauna not Jeremy Gudele le Kator not Jeremy Lokwili e la Malakia ya almeno tarotacha okay chakala bara dam mozibila kanti dala bi parlament gal mun nas mutalimide mun jara parlament ke lani parlament da ta jubali maindu kitabul maqaddas mun ma de na guna ya le parlament ba ko salam hukumat junub anaga data rasul dia suar itu be yang tasita sana ma ba pam nyako tasita sana ma ba de gala to de sa so the people in Sudan Khartoum Juba they're like a child of 6 years who don't understand the difference between bad and good. You see, pastors are the agents of God. They communicate with God day and night. We bring you report from heaven. God says, respect one another, obey one another, open the churches so that God can give you blessings. That's our message. We're preaching peace, peacemakers. When Jesus started his ministry with 12 disciples, none of them have a pistol. Peter tried to use his word. Jesus said, no, our kingdom is full of peace. We don't use violence. Put your spear down, Peter. And Jesus picked that fallen ear back to where it was, without his stitches, because he's God. You see, that was the ear of somebody called Melchior in the book of Job there. So therefore, my fellow citizens in the world, this message is very important. The idea of deportation did not start in Northern Europe or North America. No, it started right from our homes. God deported Somalis from Somalia to Europe, to America and Canada, because the Somalis did not open the churches, and the land where they live is the land of Jesus Christ. So Jesus deported them from the land of Somalia to outside lands. Now if he comes again, the Europeans or North America, they want to deport us back to our land in Somalia, in Sudan, North America, even in Middle East. Why? To go and open the churches in Syria, in Yemen, in West Africa. West Africa has no peace, because they don't want the churches. They try to, the Africans, they try to come out of the Western basket, the Western Union, the Western Europe, to Eastern Bloc, Eastern ideology, communism. They want to come from capitalism to go to Eastern communism, the communist countries of Russia, North Korea, or China, leaving the Western Europe. That used to be their friends. And I said, what? This system of jumping from Western world to Eastern world is like a chicken jumping out of frying pan to direct fire. Why do I say that? It would have been better to remain with the Western world, because there are some churches in the Western world. But the Eastern world, they have no churches. Even now, you can see, you jump from Africa, West Africa, or South America to Russia, and the Russians have killed almost 1 million people. How can you run from a better place to a criminal's house? It's illogical. How can you run from Western world that has built some churches to join Eastern world who say there is no church, there is no God? Is Eastern world now better? That's why it is like jumping, a chicken jumping out of frying pan to direct fire. I know Western world is a frying pan. Yes, it's very hot. I know it's very hot, because there are also disobedience. But it's much better, because there are churches in the Western world. So going to Eastern world is you are going to places where there are no 10 commandments. When the Bible says don't kill, they kill. Don't lie, they lie. Don't steal, they steal. Now you are jumping from at least a normal place to the most criminal places of Eastern community. What did Mengistu do during his time? He killed many Ethiopians because he was a friend of the communists. You see? So it's not better to remain in the frying pan, that is the Western world, than to directly jump into burning fire. Well, let me conclude with this song in English, and please subscribe as I told you, subscribe to me. I cannot fly if you don't give me some transport. I cannot come to Canada, to Africa, to Kenya, Northern Sudan, if I don't have transport. This is the meaning of Christian revolution. Jesus transforming the world without any gun. We don't have guns. And we will never buy guns. Our gun is the Bible. You see? It's our gun. We preach peace. This is Pastor Karlo, Kolong, the agent of God, the man of peace. God gave me the idea to bring the peace of Sudanese of 2005. And that peace, I handed to Sudanese in 2005. This is the picture between me and Yak, who implemented my vision of February 2002. We are not an island. I invite more than 55 nations to Nairobi. USA, if you help me get peace, you will develop Bentiu. British, if you help me get peace, you will develop Norway, Yay, South America, Kadukuli, whatever, all those things. This is what brought the peace of 2005. I gave the paper to Yak February 2002. He sent to all those nations after sharing with those of Dr. Richard K. Muller, Dr. Peter Nyaba, whatever, all those things. Imagine, these people are really spiritual blind. They saw my paper of February 2002, and they told Yak to send to those countries. Yak sent, and then they came in Nairobi. Within 3 years, those people managed to bring peace within, the Hemisphere and ruling Khartoum regime, which was very hostile. And God used, George Bush Jr. That year, he sent Colin Powell to represent the USA. The 6 protocols that were made in Naivasha and Machakos, whatever. The 6 protocols which means power sharing. The 6 protocols, the 55 nations of Europeans and Africans say, let a man of SPLM to be foreign minister or minister of education. You see, and then let the leaders of Umar Bashir take the position of finance, defense. And that was something new for the Khartoum government. For an African black South Sudanese to be Minister of Foreign Affairs all over the Sudan? Umar wants to refuse. And Colin Powell, a very good black African, he could call, George Bush his president in USA. My president said yes. The Khartoum regime refused to give the position of foreign minister and minister of education to SPLM. What do you think? George Bush could threaten Umar Bashir in Khartoum. Umar Bashir, do you know where I put Saddam Hussein? Please sign. God used the powers. He used people. He used people to do something good. Umar and Greg, they did not want to sign that peace. Because some of the rumors, 1998, usually says in Nairobi there, that Greg was told by Kujul, if peace comes, you will die. What is it? Are they really Christians? You go to Kujul. This is the reason. So the idea of CPA is not from any political contribution. No, they do not contribute anything. This is the CPA. God gives peace to non-violent person. How can a criminal bring peace? The SPLM and the Khartoum government, they killed 3 million Sudanese. How can God give them the idea of peace? Many of them say, oh, Lazarus Sambawe is also a criminal like you. God does not use criminals, dirty people. No. He used born-again people. He used Moses. When Moses began to love his people, God gave a vision to Moses to take his people from Egypt back to the promised land. Because Moses humbled himself when he loves his people. That's what happened to me. I love the Sudanese. I love the Arabs. I love the Africans. The Sudanese, Arabs, whatever. They are all my people. So I love them. That's why God gave me the vision to stop the war. That has taken 22 years and kill what? 3 million people. Now God is giving me another homework to bring another peace. And if you don't obey this peace, I will close my hands. You continue fighting. Continue working without the salaries. Continue working without the oil. Because the oil belongs to God. The money belongs to God. But God told me, Karlo, please preach second peace. Let's think. The Western world, Canada, USA, Europe, may help us this time to unify the Sudanese again, like in 2005. Yes, Plan B is coming. But many of you are adamant. You don't listen. Until you see much blood is poured in Malakal. Wow. Juba. Like what happened in Khartoum now. Too much blood spilled out because of disobedience. The government of Khartoum don't want the church. They don't want Jesus. So Jesus said, I don't want you. So Jesus messed up all the banks. There is no, a bank account now in the north. Jesus messed it. Because they don't want to open the churches. A country without the churches, where the pastor will always be ungovernable. It will continue bleeding. That's the truth. Thank you. I'm gonna put the song so that Karlo is still dancing.
Latinos are coming. Jesus. Europeans are coming. They are coming to Jesus.
I God, these are my guns, preaching peace, non-violent kingdom.
Asians are coming. They are coming to Jesus. Australians are coming. They are coming to Jesus. Latinos are coming. They are coming to Jesus. Americans are coming. They are coming to Jesus.